Hospital shooting, what court documents are revealing a Warwick man did in the frightening moments following the gruesome scene.
Plus, the state of our schools, just how much a new report reveals it would cost to fix schools statewide. But first tonight, we're working the latest on a deadly hospital shooting in New Hampshire. We first brought you the story as breaking news last night right here on Eyewitness News Live at 5. And tonight, we're learning more about the scary situation that unfolded inside the Lebanon, New Hampshire hospital. Warwick, Rhode Island resident Travis Frink was arraigned on murder charges today just a few hours ago. Now we're learning more about what court documents reveal he did in the moments after the deadly shooting. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado has been pouring through court documents all afternoon. She joins us now live with the latest from the mobile newsroom. Steph.
Travis Frink of Warwick was ordered held without bail in New Hampshire this afternoon after police say he drove up to a hospital in Lebanon and shot and killed his mother. Travis Frink appearing before a New Hampshire judge after police say he gunned down his own mother on Tuesday. The Warwick man accused of driving his car from Rhode Island to Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center in Lebanon, New Hampshire, where police say his mother, Pamela Ferriere, was in the ICU.
This is a first-degree murder. It carries life without parole. He's not eligible for bail at this time.
A court affidavit obtained by Eyewitness News says Frink checked in at the visitor's desk entering his mother's room. Her husband, Robert Ferriere, Frink's stepfather, was inside. The document says Frink asked to be alone with his mother, so Robert left, and, quote, as he turned out of the room, he heard Pamela Ferriere shout or scream something. Robert Ferriere turned and looked into the room and saw Frink pointing a gun at Pam and fire several shots. The document goes on to say Frink did not say a word. Frink put the gun in a bag he had been holding and walked by Robert Ferriere without saying a word. Police took Frink into custody a short time later. The affidavit says he admitted to police in an interview that he drove up from Rhode Island to kill his mother. Police going to Frink's Warwick home last night to check on his two children. They were safe inside and are now staying with family. And a nurse at the hospital also witnessed this horrific scene in the ICU. Coming up new at 6, you'll hear from the hospital on how they're recovering and dealing with security moving forward. Reporting live, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News at 6. Coverage you can count on.
New at 6, the Target 12 investigators uncovered details about the troubled past of a Warwick man now accused of killing his mother in a New Hampshire hospital. Plus,
our school buildings are getting a failing grade.
Target 12 looks into what the governor says are alarming findings about the state of Rhode Island schools. New at 6, which districts will need the most money.
First at 6, we have team coverage as we learn more about the Rhode Island man accused in a deadly hospital shooting in New Hampshire. We've been working this story since it was first breaking last night at 5 o'clock. And tonight, the suspect, 48-year-old Travis Frink of Warwick, is being held without bail in New Hampshire following his arraignment. Police say he shot and killed his mother in the hospital's ICU. New at 6, Target 12 investigator Tim White has been combing through Frink's background. But first, Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado joins us with new details just within the last half hour. Steph.
That's right. We just received autopsy results from the New Hampshire Attorney General. Pamela Ferriere was shot 4 times. Her death ruled a homicide. And the deadly shooting happened in the middle of the ICU in New Hampshire's largest hospital. That hospital now grappling with what happened as a family mourned the loss of that 70-year-old woman. Court documents say Travis Frink from Warwick admitted to police he drove up from Rhode Island to Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center in Lebanon with the intent of killing his mother, allegedly entering the hospital, signing in as a visitor, and going into the ICU, where his stepfather, Robert, told police Frink pulled out a gun and started shooting his mother, Pamela Ferriere. An affidavit we obtained says after the shooting, Frink did not say a word. Frink put the gun in a bag he had been holding and walked by Robert Ferriere without saying a word.
We've trained for this, and people were ready for something that you should never be ready for.
Chief Clinical Officer Ed Marin says the hospital leapt into action with a plan they had practiced, going into lockdown. More than 100 officers swarming the hospital, capturing Frink before he left. The shooting sparking questions about whether hospitals should have metal detectors.
This has happened in Boston, it's happened other places locally, and everyone's had to kind of review how much they want to restrict passage of patients and people.
Police say a 23-year-old nurse was in the room and saw Frink take out that gun. She ran out, hiding behind medical equipment, and called 911. And the hospital said they are providing resources for their employees and giving staff who were in the ICU time before returning to work. And they're also reviewing security procedures. Reporting live, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.